What's up, guys? It's Coach Matt with a Monday workout. We're going to do a tune-up workout today. So the premise for this style of workout is a little bit harder than a low and slow, but not at a redline level or an AMRAP level. So it's kind of in between those two. Sweaty pace. You shouldn't be super sore from this type of workout, but you should get some good fatigue going by the end of it. And the tune-up means you are able to either go lighter or heavier and harder depending on your level of rest and fatigue coming out of the weekend, right? So let's begin. The warm-up is going to be 4 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then go to the ground. We're going to do 5 reps on each side of our scorpion stretch. So it's rotating around, arms out like a T. Try to get your heel as close to your hand on each of those as possible. And then we're going to do some reps of the seal press to push up to down dog, and then back to the ground. Seal press, push up to down dog. So just a little ground sequence there. And when you finish that, we're gonna go either I want you to get 3 reps of a 5-second eccentric pull-up or ring row, whichever your choice is. So on the pull-up, you do not have to do a strict pull-up on this. You can do like kind of a jump to get your chin over, and then 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. And at the bottom, I want you to hang, right? So make sure if you jumped, especially if the bar is lower, like it is, make sure that you don't stop the eccentric until your arms are all the way straight, because you could just stop it right here when your feet hit the ground, and then you're missing out on that last like 20% of the range of motion of that eccentric, right? Okay, so for the workout, it's gonna be a 35-minute clock. You're gonna start off with a 400-meter jog, then we're gonna go 40 feet. Call that most of the length of the rig. It's actually the length of the rig minus 1 rack, okay? So minus 1 rack is 40 feet. So a 40-foot Spider-Man low crawl. So low position here, elbow towards the floor, get front shin vertical, staying on the ground, and then reaching for that next one. On the way back, we're just doing bear crawl. So that's just hands and feet. On the bear crawl, do try to get your entire hand flat on the ground rather than having your fingers tented up. That's really hard on the knuckles underneath and the tendons on the bottom side of your hand. Next one, we're gonna do a 30-second monkey hang. And on this one, if 30 seconds is gonna cause you to come off the bar, then I want you to do it at a station like this, where I can start with my feet off the ground, and then if I feel like I'm gonna slip off the bar, I can just put my toes down and take a little bit of that pressure off of my hands, or the tension off of my hands, and that will allow me to keep 30 seconds without stopping, all right? 20 reps of our single leg heel tap. And again, this one, I'm asking you to slow down. Don't bounce up and down like this. I want it to be slow. Pause at either end of the range of motion. We call this like our annoyingly slow rehab pace, but that time under tension and that motion and pausing is what helps to build the tissue around the knee, right? So patella tendon, meniscus surfaces, and all the muscular control that we need in order to keep that knee and hip really healthy, okay? Next one is also a rehab exercise. It's our band face pulls. So really tiny band here. Hands shoulder width apart, and we're just rowing the band over the top of your head in one smooth motion. At the top, at the finished position, it should be like our Superman pose, right? Elbows at 90 degrees and rotating backwards away from the connection point of the rig. Do try on the band face pulls. There should not be a lot of effort on anything other than the rotation of the shoulders. At the finished position, a lot of people will try to lean back like this. Try to keep your body, your hips and shoulders all in the same position as you're doing that band face pull. Last 2 are with a kettlebell. So I've got a kettlebell doing goblet squats, so holding it in front of my body. And then the last one is just a hip clean and press. So kettlebell really tight to the hips, just barely bend your knees, and I want you to bump it up to the shoulders and then press it over your head. So 5 reps on each side, hip clean and press, all right? The kettlebell clean goes a lot better if you try to keep the handle above the bell at all times, right? So If I let the handle go below the bell, then it's gotta eventually come back down, and that is when it smashes me in the wrist, okay? So try to rotate the kettlebell away from your body and keep the weight below the handle. And that is it for today. Repeat that sequence for 35 minutes at a tune-up pace, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.